the gospel. If it ain't good enough for you, the me now speaking the gospel, I spoke the gospel. But if you saying I need to grow up and speak the gospel, I speak the gospel many times. I don't know how many times to say. I'm sorry I don't have, the much followers as you all have and how much money you make. But the gospel is the gospel. I mean, I got the word right here. I got one Bible here. I'm not here to try to take away the Bible. You know what? I'm not going to take the Bible away from y'all. Because I'm not the Antichrist. I got one right here. I got one right here. Tell me I don't read the Bible. I mean, heck, how many times do I have to shove it in your face and read it to you and make sure you know that I read it? Let me see. Okay, here it goes. What is this? It says, have you not read what David did when he was and hungered, and they that were with him? I entered the house of God and did eat the shewbread, which is not lawful for him to eat, neither them which were with him, but only for the priests. Or have you not read in the law how that on the Sabbath day the priests and the people in the Sabbath are blameless? But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. If they had known that what this meaneth, I will have mercy and not sacrifice, you would not have condemned the guiltless. For the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath day. And come unto me, all that are labor and are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. Take my yoke and upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So, let's talk about some more. I mean, come on now. You telling me I just opened this one hand. Let me go ahead and let me see something. Let me show you here. And it says here, and you shall be hated by all the men for my name's sake, but he that endured to the end shall be saved. When they persecute you in this city, flee into another, for verily I say unto you, you shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid, and that shall not be known. What I tell you in the darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach you upon the housetops. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. And are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father? But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore ye are more valued than many sparrows. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. So, I think I confessed, many times. So, therefore, there you go. But read that, though, for yourself. And that will go, because you know what? Don't be lazy and slothful. Pick up the Bible, read it. Yourself. Matthew, 10:23 to 11:16. Now I read Matthew, and yeah. So like I said, let me see something. I read out, that's Matthew. Let me show you something here. Let me see. Let me show you something though. But look, I'm reading these certain things and stuff like that, but hey, I'm reading this stuff. But you say, oh, he's twisting. I'm not twisting things. I'm saying what he says in red lettering. But yeah, you can read it yourselves. Bouncing, the notes are after reading the Bible. Yeah, I like reading, by parables. You know what I'm saying? So take notes, but you can read it for yourself. Still his word. Like I said, I read it, and no matter how, you know what I'm saying, we read in parables. But like I said, and read and whatever, and I study and I read. But you see how I flipped that though, with one flip though, and that where that came from, where you look they look down on me and less on me, and that's the subject. And it was basically, tongue a little so low on me and stuff like that. And I've been said about what I read to the birds, right? What are you talking about right here? And on 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear not, therefore ye are of more value than many sparrows. So, why are y'all thinking, less of me? But nevertheless. So, I've been criticized and all that stuff. You see, a lot of people that are religious and going on. And when we're talking about religious people, well, then if you want to talk about that, then let's talk about, you're being very religious. How about spiritual too? Because guess what? Spiritual warfare. Don't be a parrot and do this and go outside and do something else. If you really worry about the temple that you have, that God gave you, remember, I'm not here hating on you. I pray for your addiction to go away. But if you have addiction of something, it ruins your temple. Now, I care about you, absolutely. I do. And I tell you to stop. If you say I don't care, God, you heard my cries. You don't know what knows my tears. So, like I said, I'll be times we're joking around and, but I'm so to the point where what everybody else says and rumors of gossip, it doesn't matter no more because I have been to myself for so long, talking to God. I'm really confident in my Lord, and I've been confident. That's what you're supposed to be, and not ashamed, and not offended. I just know now. Oh yeah, you guys say I did this, and that. Oh yeah. But guess what? This one who sees everything. And what did he say? Looks like I'm being doer of the word. You shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. But when they persecute you in the city, flee into another. But see, I'm not the devil. See, the devil will be all chained up and thrown in fire pits of hell. The devil is Satan, the father of lies. And what I'm saying is, it's like I'm speaking talking about the truth. What the truth says. God says. It's in red lettering. And I'm living up to being doer of the word. Now, for people to say, and by the way, there is a verse, hey, talking about if the children were raised up on the word, saying they ain't going to be departed from it. Guess what? I was raised in the word. People backslide a lot of times. But I'll tell you what, growing up, I learned that I've been going to church. I might go through ups and downs, but guess what? I ask God. I've been where the points where I've seen things that you have not seen. You all don't understand. I've been through graveyards where I've seen the Grim Reaper up in the clouds. I've seen faces and stuff by and stormy clouds too. I'm saying, for real. I've seen this stuff by a graveyard. I've seen stuff that were on walls. I prayed for places. I prayed for before I left. Well, I'm talking about personal life experience with a relationship with God. Something, hey, you ain't going to take my relationship away. Because I know. I'm talking what I know and what I see in my very eyes. You call me crazy all you want. But you heard what he said. You heard what he said. And I'm telling you, a personal relationship, I'm telling you now. I could play around. You say, oh, I'm so this, all that. I tell you, I'm not doing that because I'm right here in a personal relationship. I know what it's like being rejected. I know about long-suffering meekness. I know a lot about rejection. I know a lot about being to self in isolation. I know what it's like being humiliated. I know what it's like doing all this stuff. And I'm sharing with you. And when you guys have relationships, you can't even handle that. You wonder why I get frustrated? Because you seem ungrateful. You make excuses why you can't handle that, and you went to the nigga left of me, he built, he did. You could call me whatever, call me weird, call me all of that. But you know what? It kind of sucks when you think about it. When people say they go and then they do a number of being such And then they look down on you, and they look whatever. But then there's not about people at church. There's people outside the church that don't believe in me. There's some people will just, do the same thing to hurt you. There's some people call you, it's a circus. I don't like that stuff because it's not a circus. It's something not to play with. Yeah, I've been hurt by all kinds of people. But hey, it's like, okay. But this stuff is real. The times we're in, wake up. Wake up. Stuff is not to play with. Period. You know why you don't want to look at me? Because of my weight. Okay. But guess what? We're going to be in our glorious bodies. I've been pushing up. Feel my muscles. Oh, you don't want to touch up my muscles, girl? Okay. But guess what? I guarantee you is that, hey, it's not what it's about. It's about the heart intentions. About loving one another. But how can you say you love me just for my body? You're supposed to love me for everything. If he loves me for everything, oh, by the way, he gives me rest, right? It says, with headache burning, he gives you rest, right? Then how come, and it says, why he said gives find rest into your souls and stuff like that. But why in the heck, when I'm over here going through some things, you'd want to give me stress and want to nag in my ear, no. But it's like, you want to give me stress. Why you nagging in my ear? You're not my wife. You ain't laying with me. You ain't giving me no wet top. You ain't doing nothing of that. You making saying I'm doing this, I'm doing that, or tell me I haven't done nothing. Oh, I need to try harder. I need to grow more. But you have all this, and you think you have a confident attitude. But what he said though? See, look, just because you worry about one season of my life, okay? Well, guess what? Here's one thing about it: I never collected unemployment checks, and that's nothing to brag about if you collected it. How many can you say of you collected unemployment checks? And if you can't, and let's see how many people can say that they did. And be honest, you collected it. I never collected that. It's either work or I deal without work. So talking about being lazy, you expect something to come out coming out of on your lap because you want to be sitting down and collect an unemployment check and money's not good enough for you. You want more and more and more. And then you want to put your lives in danger and then blame it on somebody else because you do something that's not really feasible to do because it's A, not good for you. 2, it's not good, a good what you call it? For a child or whatever, a good example. It's not a good way to life. But and then you risk your life or risk whatever it is, going in that, and then because you want to make that there's no excuse. And it's not because I didn't if they're doing all that stuff. I don't know if you're doing it or not, but look at this. You blame people like me. You blame people like this. I'm not going to tell them if they're doing drugs or you smoke, whatever. I ain't doing that. If you're doing that though, you should, and if the shoe fits, wear it. But that's gonna be your fault, because if you get caught up in doing that, guess what? It ain't my fault. And if you're busy doing that stuff, then hey. And then guess what? You put yourself in it. What does he say here again? And that's not working hard, by the way. And it says, if you had known what this, I'll have mercy and not sacrifice. Mercy and not sacrifice. But he says that you would not have condemned the guiltless. I'm not, but what I'm just saying is, but does he want you to have sacrifice like that? Are you supposed to do that? I'm not saying. Think about it. Let's read this again. Let's study. They have not read in the law how on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless. But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. But if you had known what this meaneth, I will have mercy and not sacrifice, you will not have condemned the guiltless. I'm not here condemning you all. But what I'm telling you is, look what you're doing. And you smoke, but you're doing all this, or you doing this, come on now. I'm just saying though. But look what he does. Look what he does. He's saying he gives. Look. So if you think I'm supposed to always be constant, always doing this, it gets hard. But then when everyone wants to talk about, I'm trying to tell you something here. But while people come in here giving me all kinds of stress like that, but last time I checked, I was like, if I've handled all burden to hey, come unto me all that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon me and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So therefore, I have worked before, I have then labored, and I have. And don't say I haven't, because if you lie and the Father lies, hey, we're going to find out. But I want to say, no matter what I got and done did, because I have videos, I did do heavy, I did do labor. And I don't have to keep on showing, but things happen where, hey, but I still get the... And before you come at me, I'm trying to tell you, you guys have been hating on me. I've been hated on and everything. I rejected it all. But you saying I'm all here doing this and doing that, but you rumor gossip and telling me that you want to give me stress for all the years of my life? No matter what I did, it was never good enough. But I could get rest with the Lord. So what you tell me I'm lazy and slothful? But how can that be when he knows that I've been busting my butt no matter what it is? I get hurt, and guess what? I'm going through spiritual warfare. I'm doing this. While you want to tingle yourselves and be, I know what it's like going in a pop-up and chilling and going hard at work and walking, in the kinds of weather. And while it's cold and stuff, then I don't get to go in a hot home and warm home and all kinds of weather, but you guys just splash me all kinds of ways and disrespect me? Get your acts together. Be thankful what you have. So, like I'm saying is, no matter what job it is, a 9 to 5 is 9 to 5, or whatever it is, a work is work. But I know what it's like to feed families and stuff and plant seeds and do all this stuff. But if I'm going through this kinds of weather, and while you guys have family and you guys are doing crazy stuff to take risks not to see your family, you shouldn't be doing that. There's no excuse. If I don't do that, you don't look, it's either this and that, but you want to collect all this and that, but you call me lazy? Call me broke? Call me this? Call me that? When I'm over here, I was well putting towards the table and you think I'm less of a man? Man, look, I play around when it comes sometimes. I play with you, say, oh, I'm this bad and this and that. Well, I am bad. I mean, I've done things, but at the same time, though, y'all bad too. I don't live just a highlight, but I know a relationship with God. And it's not easy. Walk with God is not easy. Guess what? It's worth it. But for a female, you know what I'm saying, or anybody, I'm talking about a female because I'm a male. So, I mean, if I wasn't, I'd be talking about a male. I'm talking about a female, talking about how females are towards me because that's what, they give me more hard time. Because they stress, they want to stress me, but I'm not even with them to nag. I mean, they're with someone else and they giving me nags. And then on top of that, where's Molly? You know what I mean? And they're different families, and they're not attracted to me whatsoever. They don't like me like that, but then they give me this. But I'm over here going home, going to my little spot, or anywhere, or my place, and I'm over here doing whatever the case may be. But I'm always getting, and it's hard. You got people to go to vent to. Yeah, people got community to go to. But knowing a personal relationship with God, I could talk about this. And what I'm saying is, if he's going to give me rest, why are you giving me stress? Why you come at me in such a way and downgrade me all the time? And deliberately thinking I'm less than. Grow up.